Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Good morning. Good morning. It's the T-Rex. Happy Friday. Okay, get some music going here as well. Some music. Please don't stop the music. Good morning. Let's go. NIVF. 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 Yeah, Howard. If you have any questions, you can always ask in the Go chat. Otherwise, I just ignore. Sorry. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Dan. Good morning. Nice. Good morning, Prince. Good morning. Yeah, Virus mentioned that yesterday. Zora. Yeah, I think he sold for 72% or something like that, and then walked away. Mario. Good morning. Daryl. Good morning. Good morning, Amy. Tim, good morning. Lizzie, good morning. Work. Good job on hitting that daily goal, by the way. That was nice. Good morning, Yesenia. John, good morning. Elisa, good morning. T, good morning. Michael, good morning. Shafman, good morning. Floyd, good morning. Good morning, Richard King. LT, good morning. A, good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm just gonna put it out there. It's all my fault. Yes, I was about to say it, but then I was being nice to Dan, But it's Dan's fault. We should have started the stream like 10 minutes ago, but then Dan was, wasn't ready. Alex, good morning. V Will, good morning. D-Lib, good morning. Ron, good morning. Caitlin, good morning. Good morning, DVL. Ayo. Good morning, Mohammed. Agentos, good morning. Ibo, good morning. Good morning, Sorese. If I missed you, good morning. Happy Friday. Chris, good morning. Al, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Again, happy Friday. And let's make some monies, please. SLE has done really well. They had some news this morning, and then the stock went boomski, but then you could see the T-Rex, right? So hopefully this is, kind of making a bit more sense. The more we talk about the T-Rex, right? And we've created a little picture for it for a reason, right? Just so when you see this, you're like, oh, okay, that's a potential area of resistance. That's all that is, right? So yeah, $6 resistance for this one. We'll see if we can curl and push back up for SLE. PWM has been a really nice stock actually this morning. A really nice stock. So consistent entries in boom skis. They also had some really good news this morning. Right, another crypto treasury play for 150 million. So that's not bad. It's only up 31%, which is crazy, but it's actually given some really nice runs. You just have to take the damn gains. We'll pay attention to this one too once the market opens already. Your next support is closer to $1.30 on PWM, and then resistance, closer to the top of the range. So again, PWM we will pay attention to. GWH did really well this morning, but now it's looking a bit fishy. I think the only thing that I kind of like for now is that we're holding above the VWAP and the 200 EMA. So we've seen stocks like these bounce off this level, so often at the open, and then boom skis back to the highs, right? So we'll see if this one can do that too. Cool. SGBX is kind of in the same boat, except that it's up a lot still, but it's below the 200 EMA, so not exactly what we want to see. But we'll still pay attention to it at the open, right? The market open is the only time that like I will look for something that looks like trash, just because it has volume and it's done well in the early mornings. Again, this is why we keep telling you guys to wake up early in the morning on a good week, right? We keep saying that, right? Like when it's a good week, make sure you're paying attention to pre-market and after hours. Because if you were awake this morning, cooked, right? SGBX was nice, right? It was so nice, right? So nice. Look at that. So nice, right? From $3 to $10, right? And now we're slowly dipping. So again, that early pre-market on a good week is nice. Same thing for these IPOs, right? Like look at YDDL. Look at yesterday when we got off the stream yesterday, right? That thing started to consolidate and curl into the close. Like this is it, right? So into the close, right? We're not on stream, obviously, and then look at that. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Right? Look at that. Look at that. YDDL. Look at that. That's in go. Right? So from $5 all the way to 20, almost $30. Right? Discord was having fun yesterday after the close. We were having fun. Right? So if you're not a member, you're missing out on some of these things. Then we get to the market open and everybody's bored, right? It's like, okay, well, we've made our daily goal or it's slow. What do we do? Nothing. So YDDL was nice, right? And then obviously there was a sympathy play as well, LFS, right? This one was nice last night too, right? If you missed one, you didn't miss the other one because they were both IPOs, right? So then after the other one ran, this one said, "Oh, my turn, guys, my turn," and then boom skis, boom skis, boom skis. And then this morning had a nice little pop as well, and then now we're just kind of going sideways. So we'll keep an eye on these names, see if we get round 2 or 3 or 4, and then go from there. Cool. SLE is still slowly dipping. Bitcoin is gapping up really nicely or pushing into the open nicely, 122. So that's nice. The S&P really isn't doing much, but it's still a gap up, right? So still holding that 670. So we'll see what happens. Is the green and 1 and 1 green was the IPO yesterday. That's the one we were actually excited for, right? If you guys remember, we said, hey, the three IPOs, we like YDDL the most, right? So they were both from yesterday, right? Look at that, right? So the cheaper IPOs ran yesterday, right? YDDL and LFS. What do the companies do? Nothing good. Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing, right? We don't care, right? So can we make monies though? Absolutely, we can. So again, as soon as one ran, if you missed that one, everybody ran to the other one, like, oh, this one's gonna go too, and then boom, it exploded 100%, right? So when you're not a part of the community, you miss out on some of these easy things. Question for you guys going into the open though, less than 2 minutes. What's your favorite stock going into the open? What is your favorite stock going into the open? What is your favorite stock going into the open? uh, One second. It's always let me mute my Discord as well. Okay, there we go. So work with the pop finally there, and we are ready for the boom skis. So GWH, yep, not surprised. Going with the flow reader, yep, always. Yeah. So kind of the same names, right? So PWM is going to be, one of the names probably at the very top, PWM, top, top, top. And then obviously GWH, we just talked about this one having that 200 EMA in the VWAP. So let's see if we stay above it, right? SLE obviously is the latest one to run into the open with that news. So let's see if that thing gives us a curl, right? So again, there are quite a few names. By the way, if you made money on this swing, congratulations, right? So we talked about this one last Friday, right? So, um, and the conversation with this one was, again, this was already posted in Discord, right? So you should have most likely seen that already, right? But again, this was a swing play because I think we expected that news was coming on this, right? GWH, GROV. So again, if you made monies on this, congratulations, because we were looking for closer to $2.30, and it kept hitting $2.30 almost every day the entire week, right? So this was a swing play for those of you that don't like, crazy stonks. From $2.30 to $4 and almost 40 cents, right? So whatever it ran to. So that was a pretty sweet swing play. And there you go, right? This morning it pumped and then it sat there for a long time, so you could have sold the position. Moving on. So yeah, PWM is holding that support. So your support is closer to $1.30 for now in this one, guys. The usual conversation we have, right? If you're not sure what to do, just sit on your hands. Good morning, Max. Right? Well, we're still sitting at the same bottom here for GWH. So again, there is a bit of support at 350 on this one. So let's see if we can start to curl. SLE kind of sitting above the 50 as well. So maybe a bit of support around 470, 460. So let's see if we stay above that. SGBX is popping a bit, right? So again, this is why we pay attention to these names. Even if they're below the 200 and the view up and everything else, it's a bit different at the market open. Yeah. I'll take a look in a second, Max. And then yeah, and then we have the IPOs, right? YDDL and LFS. I think these ones would more so be if the market isn't doing anything, maybe people return back to these two IPOs. So we'll kind of leave them on the list for now. And then yeah, ready? We need the curlies and the boomskis, guys. Again, I don't know if you guys can tell the market open, right? Usually everybody's sitting on their hands just waiting, like, okay, which one's gonna break? Which one's gonna go? Peter. What did you do, Peter? What did you do again? What did you do? There goes SGBX testing the 200 EMA now. Test, test, test. What did you do, Peter? Are you pumping something again? So $6 200 EMA test on SGBX. PWM really isn't giving us anything here, guys. Not quite yet, right? Other than maybe testing the 200 EMA, which is fine. Which is fine. And so let's see if we can test and stay above that. Alrighty. Test, 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 and see if we can stay above that level. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Okay. What are we doing here with these other names? Still kind of going sideways. Yeah, SGBX is actually doing okay. A little bit of consolidation and then boom skis. GWH is holding that bottom, but it really isn't doing anything yet. Right, so we shall see. Where's the view up on this thing? Most likely a lot higher. No, it's right there. Okay, that's an interesting spot. That is an interesting spot. In and out, pizza. Okay. STAI. Criminal. Criminal pizza. Let's go. I like it. Well done. I like it, pizza. I like it. Okay, there we go. STAI 71. Can you pizza cooking a stock in the morning? Yeah. You sold already though, right, Peter? You're done? Okay. In and out. Yeah, you can tell there's a bit of a problem there. And again, these lines were most likely put here already because we struggled in this area in the past. Right. So there seems to be a problem around like above 70 cents. Like not exactly 70 cents, like slightly above. But it does look really good though. Right. So that thing looks really good. So we shall see what it does and then go from there. Alrighty. And then PWM. So we're selling off into a range that we wanted to see it sell up to. Right. The question now is, can we stay in and can we hold that range? Can we consolidate in that range and then go from there? Alrighty. Yeah, Peter, good job on this one. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. There you go. Yeah, you can clearly see that resistance on this thing there, though. There we go. Anything else here that we are missing? No, not really. Nothing yet. GWH is still sitting at the bottom there, so not really doing much, right? And then PWM is in that range that we were looking for. So let's see if we can start to curl up that range now. And then again, the one that Peter mentioned, STAI, you can see that we're at resistance, right? So 71, 72 cents. There's a bit of a problem there, so I'd be careful. Alrighty, unless it can break out and cook, and then go from there. Break and cook, which it looks like it wants to actually. Right? So this is the only name that is closer to resistance than we are to support, which is a good thing. Right? So the breakouts are key there. The breakouts are key. So there goes 72 cents and 74. Yeah. Peter woke up this morning and said, what can we pump? What can we pump? Yep, there it goes. There it goes. 75 cents. SLE gave us nothing, right? Absolutely nothing at all. So no breakouts, still below the 9. Again, like I said, these two are more so like if the market is super slow, maybe we come back to these IPOs. Maybe there's a theme there, right? GWH is maybe trying to consolidate and curl now, so maybe there's some progress there. SPY with a nice pop, which is good to see, right? Nice pop there on SPY. And then Bitcoin is flying there as well. These are some nice green candles, right? And then PWM with a bit of a bounce there, which is good to see, right? So we're kind of testing that range and trying to bounce, right? So we shall see. We shall see. That candle needs to, these candles need to reclaim the 200 and actually stay above the 200 if we want to get moving there. Need to reclaim and stay above. Okay, there we go. Can we get some boomskis on PWM? Where are the boomskis, guys? Where are the boomskis? But then again, to be fair, like PWM, as much as we've liked it in pre-market, it's only up 18%, right? Like it's not like it was a rocket stock. But right, so we'll see what it does. We shall see what it does and then go from there. And STI is looking really good, pizza. Really, really good. Bilal, okay, green. Green. That thing is super slow, the Bilal. I think that's going to be the only downside here. Yeah. $0.80 for STI. Beautiful. Beautiful. 81 pennies. Put your damn T-Rex. There is no T-Rex. We don't put the T-Rex because we want to. We put the T-Rex because it's actually resistance. There's no T-Rex here on this chart. T-Rex is not an option. It's a way of life, you know. Yeah. So that thing looks very, very good. right? So one of the only names actually breaking out consistently. So obviously people are gonna like this name, right? So this is one of the best looking name right now. STAI, the best looking name right now. Again, make sure you're taking gains on the way up though, guys, because at some point this thing will start to dip ski. Alrighty. Yeah. Today's Money Tuesday. It's Friday, Martin. What were you doing last night? uh, Peter saw the stock said, okay, okay, Peter, okay, okay, we see you. It's time to leave you behind now. Again, PWM, we like it, right? It just seems super slow, doesn't it? Where's that? Where's the STI type boomski candle? Where is it? Where's the boomski candle? So super super slow, super slow. STI looks really nice though. Looks very very nice. Good job on this. If you're still in it, type yes in the chat if you're still holding STI. Type yes in the chat if you're still holding STI. The direct message. Courageous? Absolutely. I'll take a look. It's always hard when people send me messages close to the open. I tend not to respond. Yeah, it's always difficult. There goes 88 cents. Yes, 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 Coleman. Yeah, beautiful. 90 cents, guys. Right? So, again, we talk about this every morning, right? It's like, hey, we have a list of names we like, but guess which ones people are going to go to, right? Guess which stocks people like? The damn stocks that are actually breaking out, right? If you're looking at 10 different stocks and you're like, which one do I pick? Which one? Which one? So many options. Guess what? Guess which one they're gonna pick? Guess. Right? The one that's actually looking like boomskis. Peter, why you sell now? Why? That was good though, Peter. That was good. I like it. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Just keep in mind that Monday is a bank holiday, guys. If you need to save some cash for Monday, yeah. Alrighty, just in case. Uh, yeah. Mm-mm-mm. There we go. Dan, no. Anyways, we might have a bit of a T-Rex at 90 cents here, though. We might have some T-Rex price action around 90 cents here. So just be mindful. Let's go, Carl. Ready for the weekend? Look at that. Carl made $500. Ready for the weekend. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Weekend monies. Weekend monies. In Jamaica on Monday. Let's go, Randy. Yeah, Randy's birthday is coming up and he's going to be celebrating in Jamaica. Beautiful. Love it. Love it. Love it. Uh, yep. $6. Yeah, ice cream monies for the weekend, guys. Ice cream monies. So yeah, 90 cents, some resistance up there. 98%. There we go. Peace of mind, Adan. Peace of mind, right? That was beautiful. Love it, Josh. Josh got in at 70 cents and sold at 88 cents. That's a beautiful scalp. Yeah. Beautiful scalp. Beautiful. Uh, can you have a look at my DM? I will in a second, Courageous. I haven't looked. I have a whole bunch of DMs to look at. Yeah, because people always send me DMs. Somehow like people love like the whole like all night, all morning, no DMs. As soon as the market's about to be open, I get a whole bunch of DMs. So I tend not to look at them. So I haven't looked at your DM yet. I'll take a look though at some point. And maybe bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. So yeah, so 90 cents, the T-Rex kind of showed up, which we never put the T-Rex because that's really not a T-Rex. I don't think we want to get in the habit of just putting T-Rexes everywhere, right? So I think you can look at these candles and expect that 90 cents is going to be a problem, but it doesn't actually like stall for too long there. But again, hopefully you took some gains, guys, if you were in a position. Hopefully locked in some monies. PWM again, super slow, isn't it? Super slow. Like that level's okay that we looked at, right? Nice little curl up that level, but that thing needs volume to the upside. SLE's done nothing, right? There's been nothing to see here, right? Just slowly dipping. So maybe consolidation of $4 there, maybe. Other than that, not very much. SGBX retesting the bottom of the range again at 550. So let's see if it stays above. Every time you put a T-Rex, $2.53. Pizza, you have a deal. Any new IPOs coming out today? No. There was nothing on the list when I checked this morning. I'm going to refresh the list again one more time. No. So all of these IPOs came out yesterday, all priced for yesterday. So yesterday was the day for IPOs, Mohammed. Uh, Yesterday was the day for IPOs. Cool. So yeah, for now it looks like as much as STI is dipping, it's still the one with the most momentum for now. Right? Still the one with the most momentum for now. So we shall see. Still the one with the most momentum. Uh that was a good little break there. ah, unbelievable, Dan. Unbelievable. Yeah, it looks like SGBX is bouncing off that base there. Uh, that's not bad though, Pizza. Actually, that's really not bad. Uh, la 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 la. ONMD ONMD. Hmm. Do, 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 do. Okay. Do, do, do. Yeah, this one's just done absolutely nothing. And then PWM is breaking below the previous bottom now, so that's looking a bit, quite a bit suspicious there. I think the final support for this thing would be $1, right? If you're still in there or you're still hopeful, right? So you'd be looking for $1 there. Alrighty. I think STI is still the one unless something else shows up, right? Maybe SGBX can bounce off that double bottom and pop back up, perhaps. Perhaps. There you go. Donovan, good morning. You got stopped out? Yeah. That thing And again, that's been the problem with the market open lately is you can pick out the good levels and then it's going up and you just don't have any follow through. All right, we picked out a pretty good level, well, bounce. Right, so then we start bouncing and slowly, and not enough momentum for the breakout to the upside. Right, so stuff like that becomes a little bit annoying. Right, I think that's why pre-market and after hours have been a lot nicer because you actually do get the follow through, like less resistance. So market open a bit on the annoying side lately. A bit on the annoying side. So for now, again, watch that demand zone, watch a dollar. If it stays above that, maybe we get a bounce at some point. And then STI is still looking like we want to come back and retest that 70, 72, 71 area for the last breakout spot. So we'll see if we can stay above that. Ready? No, 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 no. Chris, it definitely does. Definitely does. At least for now, though, it's holding above the 200 there. Looks like Bitcoin's dipping. Yeah, Bitcoin dipped all the way back down and took the S&P with it. SPY still nice and green, but lost some of the gains. Did we make brand new all-time highs on this? We did actually. Yeah, we made brand new all-time highs again today on the S&P. Crazy, huh? Brand new all-time highs, and then dipski like we always do. QNRX halted up. Yeah, so with STI, watch that last breakout, especially if we get there and we consolidate. Alrighty. So the closer to 70 cents, gentles, if it's consolidating, then that's not too bad. It's not too bad. Sheesh. And then there goes SGBX, really trying to hold up that demand zone. Trying to. Uh, Not safe, and you're only green for a short while. Um, well, perhaps if you don't take the gains, yeah. Perhaps. Yeah, so at the very least, the double bottom's holding. I'm just not sure what we do here at the 200 EMA though, for at $6 for SGBX, right? But the support area is holding nicely for now in this one, so that is good at least. At least that is good. Today with you bought 4,000 shares at 86 cents. Well, 4,000 shares at 86 cents. Yeah, you definitely FOMO'd in at the highs of the day almost. Yeah, I think at this point you're almost just hoping and praying that we stay above 70. Callum, what's your question for GORV? Yeah, at this point you're just hoping we stay above 70 cents. Next time, follow Peter for some more financial advice, please. Kidding? Not kidding. Right, so you don't want to be doing stuff like that when the stock is at the highs of the day and you're buying 4,000 shares. You're asking for some chaos, right? Yeah. 122 lights. It's trying to curl a little bit, so we'll see if we can get back up there. I think maybe the positive on that name is that it's super slow, right? So let's see if it can slowly make its way back up there. There we go. Yeah, 50 million. Yeah, the flow doesn't affect it as much just because it's more of a penny stock than anything else. Um, and then the volume is 71 million, right? So then it obviously that. Yeah. Ready for another entry? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Pump it. Yep. It needs a bit of a boost. Something needs a bit of a boost. Isn't it crazy how how we can cook in pre-market, guys, and cook in after hours? And then this is like the third day in a row now. We get to the open and it's like, okay, guys, what do we do now? What do we do? But it's so much easier in pre-market and after hours. Like last night was easy. Like last night was so easy, right? Like it was so predictable last night for YDDL and LFS. If you didn't make money last night, it's because you were probably scared of after hours, but it was easy monies. And then we get to the open and it's like, okay, we need some breakouts. Everything's like, yeah, how about you push? How about you jump first? Jump first, and then we'll give you a breakout. So the bridge. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah, no, that was a really good shout from Pizza. There we go. Would you trade off? Yes, Josh. Yes, please. Yes, please. So yeah, STI is going all the way down to retest that line there. Let's see if it stays above. At some point, if these stocks aren't moving, these IPOs will take over again, hopefully. Hopefully. Yeah, GWH has been surprising like super weak, super for something that was amazing in pre-market. It's always crazy how this happens, isn't it? Like, look at this stock, guys. Look at this. This thing could not stop pumping in pre-market. Like, this thing could not stop. Right? Boom, 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 boom. Right. So, and this is why we always warn. Like, once you get to the open, it's a different market. It's a complete different market. Right. So again, STI came all the way down to retest at 71. That white line we had at the bottom here. So, and it's trying to bounce. Let's see if we stay above it. 125. No safety measures, Josh. Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, there we go. $74. 72. Okay. Yeah, so you're slightly green in that position for now. Again, that was kind of close to the support, right? The question is, does it have follow through compared to everything else now? Hopefully it does. Hopefully. Okay. So it looks like we're just playing games here now. No, Randy, you're most likely delayed, or you might need to refresh the stream. And there goes STI, right? Nothing seems to have follow through, right? So no follow through there. Yeah, that's some annoying price action. Uh, there we go. If short interest is at 250%, would still consider a short, John? Yes. What are you looking at? Yeah, QNRX is looking good actually. Um, GWH is finally curling up the bottom too, so that's nice, right? So QNRX, yeah, I think broke out on that last candle there, and it's actually halted up now. New egg, oof, yeah, that's an interesting short. Yeah, that thing's halted up. Hmm, interesting. Yeah, these candles just look a bit suspicious, but it is halted up and it looks good. So, do, 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 do. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Do, 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 do. Getting back at a better position to Kel. Okay, stayed green. Good. Sai on STI. I mean, you're still kind of playing with 70 cents here, so hopefully it stays above. You should have had a stop loss right away though. Like if you're gonna buy 4,000 shares at 86 cents when the candles are going boomski like that, you should have a stop loss. For now, I think again you're hoping that we stay above 70 cents. Alrighty, so hopefully we can stay and then pop back above the VWAP. That would be good, right? Uh, there we go. So there you go, a bit of a bounce up that level, right? So 73.74. 73.74. Okay, there we go. Yeah, SGBX has actually done a really good job holding up the bottom. Is anybody in this one? Just broke above the 750. Yes, please. It looks like it's consolidating really nicely there. So let's see if the volume actually comes through. Yeah, see if the volume actually comes through on that thing. Yeah, 775, 777. Make a wish. Make a wish. 777. It's stuck at 777. Almost like it doesn't have enough volume or it's halted up, Donovan. Chris? Okay. Hmm. Is that thing halted or just stuck? If it's behaving like that, just be careful because it might not have enough volume. Um, yeah, so then just be careful, please and thank you. And then SGBX, you have that 200 EMA, Chris. I think you're in a position, right? So, 590 to $6 resistance on SGBX, and then this one's still halted. STI is holding that 70 cents, which is good, right? So 77, there you go, right? So a little bit of life, a little bit of life, right? So 70 cents is holding. Yeah. Yeah, so 77. Uh, One second. Okay. Yeah, so QNRX is on halted 22. Is it halted up again? It might be halted up again actually. 169%. Yeah, it's halted up again. Yeah. You almost have to just FOMO into something like that, but it's also very dangerous. So halted at $22. Yeah. Boomskis. Anybody holding QNRX? Anybody? Okay. PWM is still holding that $1, right? So that's kind of like your last hope there. If we can stay above $1, super slow and annoying them, right? Super slow and actually stay above that dollar. Again, you can kind of tell how difficult it is for these names to actually get the follow through. Like STI should be pushing up, right? But the follow through is still lacking. Yeah. You're in at $15, Giant. Well done. Woof. Well done, Ski. Yeah, that was a good breakout around $15 there. More like 15.50, but yeah, nice alerts. QNRX had news this morning, Giant. So that news was posted in Discord. HRM, if that's what you're asking, right? So they had news this morning. Again, PWM is fighting for its life here. It's like, please, can I go up now, please? Gucci, good job. No more. And then again, STI is fighting. Come on now, you can do it. Can we get back to 80 cents? Do it for Josh. Out at 628. Or Sylvester. Okay, I'll take a look in a second. Alrighty. I'll put it up so I don't forget. Another test of 77 cents here for STAI. Another test. Interesting. Okay. There we go. There we go. One second. And then interesting. Yeah, there's just no follow through. For some reason, we keep going up to 77 cents and failing. YDDL though is popping a bit, right? So again, this is why we have these stocks on here, because these IPOs might eventually take over again at some point, right? So nice dip, nice consolidation for YDDL, and then retesting that $8 again. That's actually Donovan. Did you ever get in? It's a nice little pop there. YDDL. And then SGBX is also coming back to life as well. So finally got back above the 200 EMA, right? So your next high, your next resistance on this thing will be that 620, 625 area. But yeah, nice push though. That was a really good double bottom on that thing. Oof, look at it go. It's a very nice pop. So if you bought the double bottom there, congratulations. That's very nice. Very nice. Hmm. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Yeah, so just be aware. Your T-Rex, if we had to put one, would be around this range here for SGBX. Ready? And then again, STAI, that 77 seems to be a problem. QNRX is still halted up. And then your next resistance, like I said, for this one, for YDDL, will be that 820-ish area where the 200 EMA is at. Yeah, good job, Jay. What was the pre-market high for GWH? Oof, a lot higher, right? $4.90 ish. So a lot higher. I think for now though, you just have that supply zone and resistance around 360. If you can break about 316, then okay, cool. Maybe the momentum kicks in. For now, that thing has work to do. Has work to do. Uh, mm-hmm. Okay. Pump it. $4. Okay. And now your stop is 380, Josh. Sounds good. Yeah, that's a nice bottom there off $4. Yeah, as YDDL moves, LFS on the left hand side should gain a bit of attention as well. So, yep. Like I said, especially if nothing else moves, these two stocks will eventually move again. SGBX is still sitting at that 620, 625 resistance. So if it can break out, then cool. Then we can start looking back for the to the view out there, 650 ish. That was a really nice double bottom though. Really nice. Still waiting for the on hold for QNRX. Since Monday is a holiday. No, Monday is not a holiday. Monday is a bank holiday, but not. Yeah, Monday is a bank holiday, not like a holiday holiday. So yeah, the markets are open. Maybe people are saving the monies for Monday, right? Because if you have a cash account, maybe the cash doesn't settle. So again, we're testing that resistance. Testing the resistance, and Josh is pumping LFS again. 436. That's a nice crossover there, Josh. Very nice. Very nice. Let's yeah. Yeah, you have a bit of a downtrend line at 435 for LFS. So if we can break above that, that would be good. That would be good. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Whether to trade today or Monday, Bilal. I would call your broker or actually verify that information. Yeah, Thanksgiving Canada. I would call them and verify that information, Bilal. Make sure that like if you have a cash account, just call your broker and ask if you're gonna have your cash available or if it's not gonna be settled. That's what I would do. The other one's on halted, guys. There it goes. It's halted up again actually. QNRX just keeps halting. Type yes in the chat if you're in this one. That thing is just halting and halting and halting and halting. That's the we love it. Mario, yeah. No price action, just straight halts. Good job, Gucci. Good job. Make sure you take gains at some point though, right? If you've been having problems and complaining about the last few days, make sure that you lock in some gains at some point, please. Alrighty. Do, 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 do. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. 24. You're in at 24. Okay. Just when you get in late like that though, just be ready to run. Alrighty. Yeah. Yeah, no, so if you're in this position right now, my advice for you, not financial advice, only for entertainment purposes. If I was in this position, I'd be putting that stop loss right below 25.89, right below. Alrighty? So just because you can kind of tell that the price action has been good, right? Every time it on halts, like it's on halting like higher, right? Like $2 higher. So you can be aggressive with the stop loss. So again, your stop loss should be very aggressive because if you sit there and you're like, oh, but I'm gonna put my stop loss at $20 because I'm in at $14. Guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna open at 28, and then hold down at 25, and then open at $20. Or open below $20 is what I'm trying to say. So if you're not aggressive with that stop loss, it might open it might halt before the stop loss and then open below the stop loss. So stuff like this is usually easy to manage because it's gapping up on every halt. So it's super super easy, in my opinion. Super super easy. Super super easy. Okay. Is that delayed? Delayed. 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 Mm. Mm-hmm. Okay. 55.99. Yeah, no, I think it usually plays games like that and then drops back down. So I think that's exactly what's going to happen again. It's exactly what's going to happen again. Yep. Yeah, 50. Yeah. Oh yeah, Sylvester, are you still in the chat? Let me take a look while this is halted. Again, STI is still just chilling above that 70 cents, guys. PWM is doing the exact same thing, right? Like it's still above $1, still holding 110 for now, but not a whole lot of volume. So a lot of these names are just kind of going sideways. Look, SGBX failed at the double top, right? The T Rex. So a lot of these names are just looking suspicious, right? A lot of them are just looking suspicious. BTC with a massive dip too. Well, I say massive, you know what I mean, from the highs. Okay, let me take a look at APP. App loving. So you got in and you sold at, and then now it's down to it's 540. Yeah. Uh that message. So we're currently sitting at 600 still though. Let me look at the daily though, because I think you're just looking for a re-entry, right? So mm, I mean, when it comes to like long term stuff like this, Sylvester, it's usually best to pick them off the 200 EMA. Like a 200 EMA on a bigger time frame like this, that's usually the magic spot, right? Like if you're looking for a proper dip, this white line is usually the area. That's usually like the okay easy monies at this point, right? Especially for stuff like this, easy money at that point, right? So when you look at APP, you're still kind of far away from that, even though you are dipping. So you might be able to like gamble off the 50 EMA here. So that entry, that 550 level would have been a good spot for you. If you like, that would have been a really good spot. Alrighty, just because you have the 50 EMA sitting there. So I think that would be your next potential area for if you're interested. Alrighty. So I don't mind that at all. If you're looking at 550, I don't mind that. Cool. And then still waiting for the on halt on this one. Waiting for the on halt on this one. Uh, la la. Okay, there we go. Sylvester, does that answer your question, kind of? Does that answer your question? How to the EMAs? Yeah, for something like that has like a future, those EMAs are really really reliable, especially the 200. So for now, when you look at this time frame that you're on, it doesn't look bad. I don't know if that's enough of a dip for you though, right? Um, yeah, I think the closer you get to that 550, I think that's a better spot for you. Alrighty. PWM is slowly curling again, guys. Right, so slowly playing games. So again, this thing has been pretty annoying, but again, it's so slow that it's holding the bottom really nicely. Anybody still holding a PWM? Oh yeah, Jimmy. Yeah, it's just playing games at this point, right? Yeah, 113, 114 ish, Robert. Yeah, 111 LT. Yeah, right. Like again, like the bottom of the range is not bad at all. It's just like every other stock we're looking at, right? Like we pick a good level, we just need the follow through. We need the volume, need the boom skis. Where's the boom skis? Where's the boom skis, guys? See a seat. And then okay. So let's see if that thing can get some follow through. Yup. Yup. So finally broke through that 620 and then pushed to the VWAP. Right. That's 650, 660. Yeah, that's a nice pop. That's a nice pop. SGBX. Again, that VWAP is always going to be a problem though, right? Once you get to that level, that's your next resistance. So just be aware of that. That's what they told you, Bilal. Yeah, that's usually what happens, but you just want to confirm, right? So I think it won't set it till Tuesday. Annoying now. I don't want to. Yeah, you confirm though. Yeah, slowness, and then still halts at here. Regan, what's your question? If you have, if you like, just always let me know what the intention is behind the question, guys. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep asking you questions. $1.18 for PWM. Where are the boomskis? Where are the boomskis? Yep. So looks like they might be going for a bit of a longer halt. Zora, yeah, Zora has been nice. Again, Virus and Josh were talking about that yesterday, so that's been nice. STI is still holding that 70 cents, guys. Right, so if you're still in this, hopefully this time it can break out. Hopefully this time it can clear 77 cents. Hopefully. And then SGBX is still looking good. So 650 resistance. There goes $32, guys, for QNRX. Sheesh. And guess what? It's halted up again. Damn. $32.18. Right. So again, that's what we're saying. Move that stop loss, be aggressive with it, because it should gap up anyways. Right. And at this point, Gucci, crazy, you should be very happy and thinking of locking in those gains, right? Should be happy and thinking of locking in those gains. PWN just had a crazy little pop there. Not sure what's going on with these candles, but yeah, not sure what's going on with these candles on PWN there, but yeah, that thing looked like it was dipping and then pop. But yeah, congrats if you're holding this, guys. STI is doing the same thing with PWM, right? Almost like we just got some volume out of nowhere from the markets. So STI testing 80 cents. Test. Test. Yeah, that 650 for SGBX is still acting as a bit of an obstacle there. 660, 665, 670. Okay. See if we can close that candle above though. PWM is popping nicely there too. 124. 124. So these stocks all got some volume from somewhere. From where? We don't know. We don't care. But we need more of it, please. Level 2, 100. That's what it's showing. Yeah. Again, I would ignore those for now, though, please. Um, I would ignore those for now. And then it looks like SGBX finally closed above. So let's see if we can get closer to $7 here. Closer to 7. There goes 699. There goes 70710. That's a very nice pop. A very nice pop. PWM dropped. It's still in the 120s. HRM still in the 120s. Yeah, that's a very nice run. Don't forget to smash a like, guys, if you haven't already, please and thank you. Hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. And if you're not a member yet, click that link at the bottom of the chat there from Dan and come join us. Ready? Yeah. So again, if you want to join the community, I think someone's asking Dan. Thank you. So if you want to join the community, so you see all of the green names and the blue names in the chat. When we're not on stream, we're in Discord, right? Talking about ideas and plays and whatnot, right? Education. So you get a community, you get the education, you get ideas, you get bots, you get scanners, right? So there's a whole lot that goes on in Discord. Alrighty. So that's that supply at the top there. $7.30. There's a lot more room to the upside too, if that thing wants to keep going. But I think for now, your next wall is going to be 730. Right, that was the last high. So we had this VWAP line, then we had the 730 resistance. Yeah, 730. APM and STI almost look the same in the way that they move, like up and down at the same time. FSA, good morning. Yeah, $100 in your pocket, Robert. Not bad. PWM, good job. Not bad at all. Not bad. That's your weekend monies, your membership paid for, right? Membership paid for. And then let's see where QNRX on holds at. Yep. Exactly, Dan. Exactly. 86 not possible. Oh yes, yeah, you're still holding that position, right? So yeah, 80 cents, and then you're looking for your break even, right? Mm, do you currently have a stop loss, SAI, Sai? Do you have a stop loss or no? You do not? Well, you should have one. You should have one, please. That's how people end up holding bags. Yep. So here goes. We're still in that supply zone, so more of a T-Rex than anything else. But it's fighting, fighting, fighting. ONMH with another pop there. ON, and there goes your T-Rex, right? So again, T-Rexy more than anything else, from 730, and then drop the T-Rex. Yeah, virus sold Zora, made some money. Swat on virus. Zora crypto. Yep, exactly, Josh. At this point, you kind of have no choice, right? So if you wanted to take a smaller loss, maybe that would have been closer to 80 cents, right? But there you go. And then just waiting for the on halt on this. How can one join your server? Michael, if you want to join us in Discord, click this link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbond. Alrighty, click that link at the bottom and sign up for the legend, the levels of legend and above. Alrighty, so if you're wanting to join some of the classes, the class today is going to be Legends Pro. So if you want to join that class, you have to sign up for the Legend Pro level. And if you need some one-on-ones, then that's the Gold VIP level. Some people are saying that the bid is 46. Yeah, we'll see what it on halts at. Again, if you're still in the position, just be ready, right? Make sure your stop loss is at the very least close to 32, right? At the very least, really close to 32, in my opinion. If you're not taking 100% gains, right, after the on halts, more than 100%, right? So you should be getting a nice gap up here, right? Yeah. Yep. So nothing wrong with taking gains here at all. There goes APM guys. APM finally with a bit of a pop there. It's a bit of a pop. So we knew this thing had some juice. It just didn't have the follow through right away. It just had to play games, games on games on games. There we go. Michael, yeah. PWM, PWM, PWM. Yeah. I don't know what I said, Josh. Yeah. Yep, exactly. Click on the link. It's going to show you the benefits of joining us. Alrighty. And then we're still waiting for the on halt here. Waiting for the on halt. APW. It's because I was looking at AP. The right APP. They're right beside each other. APP. NVX with the pop. NVX. Mm. No. The volume. Yeah, the volume is high, right? So on average, it's 200,000 shares to 300,000 shares. Today, it's 45 million, right? So But again, that doesn't always tell the whole story. And also, this thing was pumping in pre-market, so the volume most likely came from there. But yeah, I get that it's trying. PWM, slow and steady, right? So I definitely wouldn't be going red on this play anymore, though, if you're still in, um, just because of that rubbish price action on it. I think at this point you just want to stay greener, you know. I'm starting to mix up tickers. What did you? Let's go. Dan's a bully, guys. Dan's a bully. Ah, Unbelievable. So Dan wants to do a giveaway, guys. Dan wants to do a giveaway. Um, Dan wants to do a giveaway. So we're gonna give away two Legends memberships, guys. Um, right after the on halts and the halts on this one. Yes, Dan. But Dan's also a bully. So as soon as we're done with this, we're gonna do a giveaway. You don't have to spam the hashtag yet because it's not in the bot, so it's definitely not live yet. But this is the hashtag for the giveaway he wants to do. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Thanks, giving away. Yeah, so we'll do a giveaway as soon as this thing on halts. And then halts again. We'll do a giveaway. Already? Yeah. So you don't have to spam that hashtag yet because it's not live. It's not picking up your entries yet. So don't worry about it. Already? Jay says I knew it. Can you guys you guys are joining in on the bully Brian, right? It's not even ready, like we're not even ready to go yet, and you guys are spamming. That is associated bullying, right? Guilty, right? Yeah, anyways. PWM, like I said, just stay green on this thing because it's been super annoying. And then SGBX, obviously you can see that resistance at the top, right? The T Rex, the double top, and the YDDL. Not a whole lot going on there, so we're basically just waiting for the on halt on this one. You're soft. Just fun to say. No, Dean. Yeah, I'm glad you're making monies now. Monies, Dean. Let's see. Yeah, so we'll run that giveaway in a second, and then so I can watch you guys spam Teeny. Do I wear? I'm guessing medium. Yeah, no, I wear medium. Yeah, medium. Or large. No, medium. I'm kidding. Medium, medium, medium. Uh, yeah. Why, Josh? What happened? What happened? Think they're really extending that hold there on this thing. There goes the on hold, guys. So again, just be mindful, right? Just be careful here, please. Um, there goes 4180, and it's halted up again. Yup, halted at 4180, guys. 4180. So again, if you're simply just moving that stop loss, working on a thing. Oh, okay. If you're simply just moving the stop loss, to the previous halt, you're fine, right? Gucci, are you still in that position? Because you're printing monies if you are, right? So just be again, yeah, you're going nuts. I know you are. So make sure you take those gains at some point though already, and have no regrets when you do. So yep. If you're still in QNRX, type yes in the chat. You tried to get two shares and was so slow, Jason. Mm. So slow. Yeah, that's a pretty impressive run. Look at that. That's impressive. Oui, savoir. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, so 41.80 and halt. And it's exciting. I know, right? Dan? Yeah, so um la, 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 there we go. Okay. You're in at 35, Dennis. Just be ready to run. Be ready to exit, please. Yeah. Yeah, the halts are annoying, but the halts on a name like this are also what kind of creates the vibe, you know? Um yeah. The halts are also kind of what creates the like the ability to gap up. You know, because sometimes when a stock is trading, right, it's like it's going to be so difficult to go from $14 to $41, right? But sometimes with the holds you get to skip numbers, especially if the float is low, right? You get to skip, like, for example, look at this. We halted at 30 32, opened at 35ish, 37, 38, right? um you know, so like sometimes the halts are nice. They create like some excitement, you know. They create that excitement. It's difficult though for you to get in and potentially get out. But if you're in a position, like if you're in already, these halts are perfect. I think for, yeah, like if you are in a position, these halts are like the best thing you could ask for, as long as you're ready to exit and you're not greedy and you have a stop loss there maybe, right? These halts are perfect for you. Okay, let's do the when the news in the morning, I read it as an offering, just realized it's a private placement. Yeah, the private placements have been nice, right? So they've been so nice on these stocks. Private placements, anytime you see a private placement recently, they seem to just fly. 2350 dot croc. Good job. Yeah, exactly, Savoir. Exactly. You have to be ready to run. This is one of those things where you sell the position and then you're like, you know what? I have no regrets, right? No regrets at all. Because you might sell at 41 and then it goes to $100. But again, you've doubled your money, so you cannot, you know. So because if you're greedy, the next halt, if we halt down, oof, you better pray, right? If we halt down, you better pray because that thing's gonna open up a lot lower. Yep, exactly that. Remember, you're at a party. You never want to be the one that says, you know, stays behind to clean up. Yep, yep. By the door, ready to run. 1 foot out the door, right? So when the cops show up, you exit the building. You know, when the cop says hello, you're like, where? Who? Where? Gone. Okay, let's do the giveaway, guys. So I'm gonna get the bot ready and then put the hashtag into the bot. You know why? Because someone woke up this morning and said, okay, so we're gonna run that giveaway, and perfect. I'm just waiting for it to pick up the hashtag, and then there we go, perfect. So the hashtag again is, I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna type it in the chat. So we'll run that giveaway, guys. That's the hashtag in the chat. So put the hashtag, and then you'll be entered for the giveaway. And we're gonna pick two winners. Thank you very much, Dan. And then you guys will get access to Discord for a month. Alrighty, cool deal. PWM is still annoying, if you're wondering. And then SGBX is trying to curl up the bottom again. Ah. This is like Dan waking up, you know, and spamming my DM with teeny unbelievable. I need to delete something off my watch list there. Okay, there we go. Ah. Whoa. Is that thing halted down, guys? Did we just on halt and halt down? I think we might have. Yep, it just on halted and halted down. Yep, there you go. On halted and halted down. So again, I hope you took the gains, right? Yep, I hope you took the gains. Most of you are still nice and green at this point. Most of you are still up 100% on this halt. down, right? So hopefully you took the gains, guys, just in case, right? And if you're not in, if you're still in, hopefully we can open, not, not too far down, and then try and pop if you're still in a position. But again, hopefully you took those gains. Alrighty. Alrighty. Hopefully. Okay. Dan is loving it, as you know, as as I'm seeing as he's watching me see teeny tiny the fly by. Yes, I am. Unbelievable. Unbelievable is all I have to say. Unbelievable. That's it. That's it. Unbelievable. Ah. Choo. That's it. Ah. Choo. I'm looking away from the chat, guys. I'm looking away from the chat till we're done with the giveaway. Looking away. Look at some other stocks instead. Give us something else, please. Okay. No, Elisa, like it's it's all love. It's Jay, I love this too. No, it's all love, and no, I completely understand. So I'll be a good sport. But Dan knows I will. Dan's so lucky. He's not gonna go to Vegas. Otherwise, roasting in person. But yeah, I'll keep roasting Dan on stream. Anyways, okay, let's do the giveaway, guys. Are you ready? You're new to the channel, Vera, Verin. Welcome to the chat. So the giveaway. Again, so Dan, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Except for the hashtag, I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. So congratulations if you win a giveaway. This will give you access to Discord for a month. So 2 people will win already. So again, the first winner for the giveaway is. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. And ISD has actually been in the chat, spamming the chat every day. So ISD, congratulations. Yeah, ISD has been in the chat. So this is going to be good for you. Congrats. Alrighty. Cool. Where's ISD? Yeah, there you go. No way. Oh my god. No way. Oh my gosh. So thank you very much to Dan, ISD. Yeah, congratulations. And then the second winner for the giveaway, guys, is gonna be. Are you ready? And you know what's funny is they gave it away to Virendra. Congratulations, Virendra. Huh. Congratulations, Virendra. There you go. Congrats. Congrats to you both. Send me an email, please. hottradesx@gmail. Please include your Discord username. Please include your Discord username already. Yeah. Virendra says thank you. Congratulations. Send me an email. hottradesx@gmail. Include that Discord username, and then we'll give you access to Discord. Thank you very much again, Dan. Thank you. And then let's see what this thing does with the on halts. PWM again, another nice pop to 26, right? And then dropped again. Like this thing seems interesting, doesn't it? Right. So there were things that we saw in this stock earlier, right? The potential, just the lack of volume, which again isn't something you can predict, right? Is the most annoying thing with that now. SGBX is still sitting in that supply zone, so a breakout would be nice. Chloe, yeah, ONMD has been okay this morning. ONMD has been okay. Yep. Take advantage of it, right? Um, watch videos, ask questions in stock general. Take advantage, especially going into the weekend. I think, yeah, going into the weekend is the perfect time to become a member. Spend the weekend studying. Study, study, study. Alrighty. Study, study, study. Do I think it has gas left in the tank? That thing had so much gas, it took the car to the moon, right? So um, I completely understand what you're asking, Casey, but this is the first haul done that we've had. So I don't think I don't think you should really be looking at it like that. Are you looking for an entry? Is that why? Is that why? Let me know. Yeah, I think the gas is on fire now. Yeah, exactly. So this is a bit difficult to you are looking for an entry. Yeah, let's see what happens with the next on hold. These candles are a bit unpredictable, right? I've said this in the past, right? If you're gonna FOMO, the first one or two halts, that's okay, which obviously happen all the way down there, right? When you start to get to like this high, then I think you want to be careful, right? La 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 la. Yep, 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 yep. You put in the hashtag without a. What did I win? Yeah. So Dan answered your question there, ISD. Um. So again, if you want to give away, send me an email. The email is hottradesx@gmail.com. Right. In the email, include your Discord username. Discord username. That's it. Simple. And then I'll send you an invite link and then give you access. Ready? Please and thank you. Mm, 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 mm. Cool. Where's the other person, Dan? Virendra, send me an email, please. Alrighty, and then we'll go from there. YDDL still curling, still curling. Doo, doo, doo. Steven? Yes, yes, maybe. Oof! Wait, what just happened to Spy? What was that? What was that? Something must have happened, right? Something had to have happened. Look at this. Whoa! I think something had to have happened. There's no way we're dropping like that with no news. I'm just looking here. Dan will most likely see the news before I do. I mean, I see that that's old news though. Josh, have a truly blessed day as well, Josh. Much love. See you in Discord. Something had to have happened there. Shish, like we just lost. We went from being green to losing half a point. Trump is the news himself. Yeah, saying China is becoming increasingly hostile. Huh. Trump threatens massive tariff increase on Chinese imports in response to proposed export control on rare earths. Shish. Trump says, "Hold up, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me ruin things a little bit, you know." Hold up, hold up. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Sheesh. Dude, so let me cause some chaos, please. Somebody wanted to buy the dips. That's why. Somebody wanted to buy the dip skis. QNRX, there you go, right? So look at that, guys. This is why we say be aggressive and sell. Because now look, $24, guys, from 41 to 24, right? Do you want to be in this still? No. So take those gains. By other countries who are extremely angry at China's trade hostility, which came out of nowhere. Hmm. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Choo, 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 choo. Very, very interesting. Yeah. Is and what damn we're still dropping, guys. That thing is dropping, like everything is dropping hard. I think that's the issue though when we're up so much like that is anything negative and we're just going to the abyss. Almost done 1% today now. Trump cooked the markets by himself. Yeah. Sheesh. Thank you, Dan. Yeah. Dude is cooking the whole markets with the tweets. Now you can maybe buy some time for the World Cup qualification now. Let's go, Amevi. I like it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Dude cooked the markets by himself. Like an 8 gas station sushi. Yup. That is a nasty drop. My goodness. Sheesh. La, 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 la. There we go. Yup. Everything said. Thanks, guys. Well done. Redness on spy puts. Oof, beautiful. Beautiful. La, 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 la. Yup. Virus wants to buy the dipskis. Everything on fire. Yeah. This probably just creates nice opportunities for dips though. Yeah. Somebody wants to buy the dips. They're like, hey, everything's a bit too expensive. Can you get us some dips, please? Those seem like silly tweets, to be putting out, but yeah, that's a nasty drop. My goodness. Wow. There you go. Okay, time for a bounce. Scare tactics to buy dips. I think so too. I think so too. What about Telly? In at $2.10. FSA. I'll take a look. I'll take a look. Alrighty. Yeah, I think we're going to level up and start climbing. I think so too. We'll see though. We'll see. Um, we'll see. QNRX is holding $20 for now, so hopefully it stays above if you're still in a position. Alrighty. Hopefully it stays above. Then let me take a look at Tello. So you got in at $2.10. Telescope. You got in at 21 cents, right? 21 cents. Sorry, wrong stock. $2.10, and no stop loss, right? FSA. Why FSA? Why? Why no stop loss? This is the 15. Like this thing looks horrible, right? Why no stop losses, guys? Why you know like stop loss from $2.10 to to $1.60, right? At this point, like at this point, you're basically looking for the support that it's had for the last 2 days. That's it. There's really nothing else I can tell you, right? So Wednesday, Thursday, right, and then Friday. So that's your support. So if I was in the same position at this point, I just put a stop loss at $1.49 and hope we stay above $1.50. Right? There's really not a whole lot else I can tell you now. Um, but yeah, if you buy at $2.10, your stop loss should go right below $2. If it breaks down, then okay, cool. You lost 10 cents, you lost 15 cents. At least you're not losing 60 cents, right? So 50 cents or whatever. But yeah. No, QNRX, yeah, if it can stay above $20, that might be a good thing, Gucci. Did you take your gains? Did you take your gains, Gucci? Because you made some really nice monies. Some very nice monies. You're welcome, FSA. Yeah, next time use that stop loss though, please. Pretty please. Next time use the stop loss. Mm, 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 mm. Left a small position. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, halted at 29.36. Yeah. Is there anything I can buy or short right now? um. Anyway, so yeah, so if we can stay above that $20 and get back above 30, maybe that thing can push back into the 40s. Other than that, PWM, like I said, don't go red again on this thing, guys. It's just super annoying, right? So a dollar held, we popped to $1.30 almost, and then now we're dropping again. The S&P is looking for brand new lows, but it's also kind of trying to consolidate. So hopefully it stays above that. And yeah, yeah. When stuff like that happens on a Friday, and it's nothing concrete, it's not like, it's not like it's not like this was something that like something actually happened, you know like it's just like a stupid headline. But yeah, I think when stuff like that happens, you almost feel like it's coded, it's almost like a plan. Trump, yeah, so Trump tweeted saying some very strange things are happening in China. They're becoming very hostile and sending letters to countries throughout the world, um, that they want to impose export controls on each and every element of production having to do with rare earths. um, okay, like what's the big deal there? I don't really see a problem. They have the rare earths, they want to do what they want to do with it. Every country seems to like these things seem very special for every country now, so maybe um anyways. Nobody has ever seen anything like this, but essentially it would clog the markets, make life difficult for virtually every country in the world, especially for China. We've been contacted by other countries who are extremely angry at this great trade volatility, which came out of nowhere. Our relationship with China over the past 6 months has been a very good one, thereby making this move on trade and an even surprising one. Anyways, like it's just a whole bunch of random rubbish ramblings, right? So um yeah. Yeah. It just seems like rubbish. So when you see a nasty drop like that, it just it's the market makers taking advantage of like some chaos. Yeah, yeah. This just seemed like a bit of silliness. Yeah. The not silliness in like what he's saying. Silliness in like the market reaction, like the reaction from the market to something like that. That seems like it just seems like a nothing burger. You know what I mean? So yeah, exactly, Dan. Exactly. So yeah. So that's not a Trump thing. That's a market maker thing. So it's a market maker thing, or panic from the markets, the algos, right? So yeah, unnecessary overreaction. Exactly. So we're not blaming Trump. We're blaming the markets because they shouldn't be dropping like that from a nothing burger, right? So what China is doing, what they're doing with the rare earths, like they're not allowed to. Okay. Send it, Jay. CRML. Send it. Send it. Send it. And then they're gonna buy the dip skis, and then next thing you know, we're back to all time highs again. And then who won? Someone that bought the dip. There goes the on hold guys for QNRX. Back to 31, 32. So nice little pop there. A nice little bounce. A nice little bounce. Steven, you're out of what? Out of Yeah, so nice little bounce. And not that we really care to be looking at SPY right now. But did anybody buy the dips on that? Yeah, CRML looks really nice. Really nice. Oh, Steven, the scalp? Okay, good job, good job, good job, good job. I'm glad you sold it too because now we're back to 29 again, right? Yeah, CRML has been really nice. You can kind of see now some of these stocks, guys. The only thing I think we should be picking out of this is the rare earth stocks are going to start to move, right? Names like MP, right? USAR, Omex, right? There's one more that I'm missing, but yeah, those names. Good job, Steven. Good scalp. Well done. Yeah. So you're gonna start to see those names, start to get some attention. Some attention. Na 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 na. Okay. A rec. Yeah, there it is. LT. Yeah, a rec. That was the other name I was looking for. Yeah, so a rec, Omex, USAR, MP. There are a few more names, but these are just the ones we're used to, right? NVX. Yep, misfits. Yeah, NVX is cooking, right? So NVX, NVX. Yep, this one's been going up the scanner quite a bit though. So if you're paying attention to Stock General, yeah, it's been going up the scanner there. The scanner. Yeah, lac. These are more. These Jimbo. These are more. Lac is a lithium stock, right? So these ones, those ones are the ones we mentioned. Those are rare earth minerals. So a little bit different. A little bit. A little bit. You just bought a bunch of ETFs. What did you buy, Mario? What did you buy? I want to know. What did you buy? Mm, 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 mm. What did you get into? XPIO is halted up. One second, guys. Yeah, let me know, Mario. One second. One second. Okay, one second. Brian? No, does it? No, it does not. It does not. Oof, the markets are still getting slapped, guys. Slapped. Did we just hit brand new lows of the day? We just did, actually. Wow. Wow. Maybe this is the market was looking for a catalyst to drop. Maybe that's the catalyst. A catalyst for a healthy pullback, to la 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 la. There we go. Curlies. GWH. Yeah, QNRX actually, yeah, it's halted down again. Good job on selling this position, Steven. Good job. And then GWH is trying to curl up the bottom, yeah. It's been some suspicious price action on some of these names. Suspicious. Yeah, the entire market went, crash it. Oof. 1% redness in the markets today. Do you do any crypto? Yeah, more of a buy and hold rather than trade crypto HRM. The only crypto I like is BTC. Well, not true. The only crypto that I hold long term is BTC, right? XRP is tanking. The entire market's tanking. Everything is tanking. Everything. Straight abyss. Jason, craziness, huh? just from a silly tweet, like it's like I'm gonna pull up Spy so we can watch Spy, right? Like just from a silly tweet, like this isn't that big of a deal, right? Silly tweets, but violence, violence. I mean, I think we could all agree though that like we needed a healthy pullback. So this is a forced pullback, you know. So like you guys need a dip, so we'll give you a dip. We shall give you a dip ski. We will give you dip skis. Okay. YMAC. Okay, so we pay. Yeah. Yeah, we pay. I think Mark messaged me about we pay not too long ago. Yeah. I haven't looked into the other ones though. Uh, BLOX Mario, and then yeah, silly tweets and not. No, I think again, this is more. This has more to do with. Anyways, who knows? I'm sure some yeah. Portfolio dropped 6K on this stupid news. Yeah, I don't think that news is that big of a deal. I don't think that news is that big of a deal, but the market needed pullbacks, right? And it's gonna get it through this. You know, we're testing the low of the week on a Friday. Low of the week, guys. Yeah, low of the week. Deep skis. Oof. I think so. Let me deep more, please. Deep. And then mm, mm. Okay. There we go. Nastiness. What did you guys do? QQQ has dropped down to its 22nd of September level since Trump message. Yeah, nastiness. Yeah, all the long term accounts are bleeding today, but they're bleeding gains, right? They're not bleeding. You know what I mean? So yeah, NVX is trying to come back up the bottom there. You've been waiting for NVIDIA to get lower. Yeah, these are opportunities for a lot of people. Well done, Randy. Well done. Yeah. Now you can buy the dips or hope for more dips. Yep, exactly. We've been pumping for 6 months now. They're bleeding out a week of gains, right? So yeah. So I don't think anybody's really panicking there, unless maybe. Um, yep. Bleeding out some gains. 77, Randy. Well done. Congratulations. Love it. Yeah. See, again, I don't really get that though, like Trump saying China is becoming very hostile. I mean, so was the US, right? I guess what I'm trying to say is, again, like that, like Dan said earlier, that's just an overreaction, right? Every country is hostile. Russia is hostile. The Middle East countries are hostile. Asian countries are hostile. North American countries, Canada is hostile when it comes to trade deals. Every country is hostile, right? It's not a tweet. It's a post made on Rumble, not Rumble, Truth Social. So yeah, VK, leave us alone, please. I was watching a video yesterday of like a whole bunch of like the not the entire country, but like the I guess you can call it the province state that I'm in, wanting to become the 51st. They had this whole big meeting. Exactly, Dan. Every country's out for themselves, right? Every country's looking out for their people. So like it's not like China's actually done something like wild. They're just hostile or thinking of doing something, right? So for the market to drop 1% on that is just an overreaction. Wife was pissed, but she's smiling now. Good, Randy. Good. Yeah. Good. You would have been on the couch. Yeah. Welcome, Ice. Yeah. Yeah. Spy bounces a little bit and then bridge. A little bit and then bridge. True, true, true. Lesotho is peaceful, Thomas, because it's poor. Well, peace, some would argue that peace is more important than anything else that's considered wealth. 29 years, I spent a few nights there. Yeah. You know who we need to spend more nights on the couch? Dan. Randy? Yeah. For yeah. I was waiting to buy when market closed to the moment. Slow and choppy this morning. Carry on. I'm not. I don't seem to be having any issues. SP potentially, potentially, probably not wrong. But some would argue though that those countries were already doing that, already looking out for themselves. And then yeah, yeah, NVX is hitting a double top there around 370, 375. Damn, spy cannot stop the bleeding, guys. The bleeding cannot stop. I think it's just dropping and dropping. One point. Yeah. Pyro. Yeah. Yep. When you look at some of those numbers, it's hard to hard to argue against that. Those countries were already doing that. Um, uh, but anyways, yeah. This is just chaos. Like, look at this is just chaos. Yeah. Everything they know. Craziness. My goodness. Shish. Oof. My goodness. Honor is insane, Dan. Yeah, like these drops are wild. Crazy. Hmm. I see, like, that's what I mean, right, Dan? You would think like someone is attacking a different country. Like, you would think another country is attacking another country with the way we're dropping. But it's just a tweet saying another country is hostile, you know? You would think. 26. Woof! Look at those candles, Raven. You see this? It's World War III, Raven. World War III. I mean, we do have some support at 660, so let's see if the market makers bounce it from here, you know? Let's see if they bounce it from here. Yeah. Who says zero DTE? Yeah, if you were holding some zero DTE puts, oof. Sheesh. Yeah, a little bit of a yeah. I to me, when I look at stuff like this, though, I don't really look at the politics of it. I look at somebody wanted to make money, and somebody with influence. Somebody made monies here. Right, the way we're moving, somebody made monies. Yeah, Raven. Yeah, yeah. No, 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 no. So, but again, for the most part, though, like this, we needed this dip, right? This, whether it's Trump, putting out a tweet or not, this dip was healthy. Yep. So healthy pullbacks. Shish. Yeah, BTC is dipping, SPY dipping, everything dipping. Everything dipping. Uh, no, scammer. That was not me. Again, I'm not gonna message you guys asking, asking to copy my trades, guys. Alrighty. I'm not gonna message you saying, "Hey, you want to copy my trades?" That is a scammer. Andrew, at this point, I want to say yes, right? Because I think we're closer to support than we are to resistance. I wouldn't be shorting SPY at this point. We might still break down, but I would almost wait for that breakdown to happen before you do that. Dan, someone was holding some zero DTE puts. They're like, "Hey, you know that favor? I need it now. I need it now." Yep. And yeah. Yeah, UVXY, any of the short ETFs you're printing money on right now. Ah, crazy. Crazy. Craziness. I wonder if we've hit the bottom, or yeah, I get you NVIDIA now. Or maybe we continue dipping next week. Who knows? You sent an email. Okay, the Dan giveaway. Oh yeah, perfect. So Virendra, I'll send a response in a second. Hopefully your Discord username is in there too. MP Andrew, yeah, MP's benefiting from the rare earth, thing there. Rare earth stuff. Uh, let's see. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. Hey, have we hit the bottom, guys? Yes or no? Is the bottom in? The markets take off? Yeah, I think that was just a bit silly. Have we hit the bottom, or do we keep dipping? Let me look at the 4 hour chart here really quickly. Again, I don't think we're really like that's not that that's actually a nice dip, Actually a really nice dip. We're quite far away from the 50 still though, so we could keep dipping, but we'll see. Yeah, we're still showing signs of weakness, right? Like look at that. More weakness. Gold is doing pretty good. Yeah. As soon as that tweet came out, I saw gold pumping, right? So I think that's the level that Bitcoin needs to get to is Bitcoin needs to pump when stuff like this happens. But gold is that standard for now. People run to gold when they're uncertain. Pyro, have a wonderful afternoon. Have a blessed weekend as well. See you in Discord. Ready? See you in the Discord. Let's see. Looking for new lows. Thundering. Uh 15 minutes move on a penny stock Gucci. Yeah. Yeah, GLD has been amazing. Amazing. There goes brand new lows of the day, guys. Woof. Slapping. Savoir? Yeah, it's a good thing it's a Friday and we're ending the week with chaos. End the week with chaos. My goodness. My goodness. Look at that. New lows. Do. Yeah, Tesla's following SPY. Yeah. I still think 160, like this 660 is going to be a good level for support. What is that? Oh. 660 support. Okay. Yeah. If it breaks, yeah, if that level doesn't hold, then we have a big problem. uh, yeah. So that level is pretty massive support. Massive, massive support. I think if you're interested in NVIDIA, and I'm not even sure what NVIDIA looks like, that's something you're interested in. You almost have to scale in. You'd have to scale in. Seriously, Dan. Seriously, welcome back to new all-time highs. Okay, let's see. Agree. Yeah, let's see if that thing can start to push a little bit, or if we double top and then drop again. SPY. Do we break, or do we drop in and go from there? Kind of looks like we're trying to break out here, huh? Kind of looks like that. One more retest. Nice pop. Nice pop. Scale? Mario says, "What's a scale?" Is that the thing you jump on? Because it doesn't apply to the markets. Ah, too funny. Too funny. There it goes. Now call time. Yup, there it goes. So there's your double bottom, 660, right? So 660 is a pretty big level. If it can stay above that level, then this is just criminals buying the dips, you know. Just criminals buying the dip. Then Bitcoin got slapped hard below 119, sheesh, and then bounced now. uh, yeah, let's see how well this holds though. Breaking news: Trump bought the dipskis. Yup. Yup. I was kidding. I was kidding, guys. Now let's go back up. It's been a long time since we were down 1%, right? Like one and a half, points there. Craziness, huh? I don't think we can really celebrate buying that. Like I don't think we could say, "Oh, yay, bought the dip yet," right? Because we're not that far away from the bottom still. Not that far away. Yep. Someone definitely did that. Doo-doo-doo. I was kidding. Christian, 30%. Nice. Very nice. Doo-doo-doo. I'm just looking here. See what else I like. Good job, Luna. Good job. Good job. Good job. Yeah, the V recovery. Yeah, where's the 200 EMA on this today? Yeah, it's all the way up there. All the way. Look at that. We were doing fine until that tweet, until the message came out. Look at that. And then slap. Slap. Quality, what's your question for USAR? That's one of the stocks that should benefit from the rare earth tweet from Trump. I keep calling it tweet, but I think that's what we're just used to calling stuff, you know? Don't think it's really a tweet. It's a post on X. So then you can see that supply zone for SPY, right? So it looks like we're dipping again. Some volume, Martin. Okay, it's up here somewhere. We're just mesmerized by the chaos on SPY for now, you know? The chaos. Yeah, he probably got a call. Not everyone bought in yet. Yep. Probably. Yeah, probably. A note. Honestly, I like. It would be nice if like someday we could like go behind the scenes, you know, as and like just like get an idea of like what happens in politics, like behind the scenes, you know. Like we thought the market was crashing, but really the politicians, you know, needed a dips or they needed money to raise money for something. So then they, you know, came up with this. Like I'd like to know that stuff. Maybe that's not something I should wish for. Yeah, just ask Nancy Pelosi. Yeah. So we need to get some connections, guys, and get some details. You know, does anybody know anybody? Anybody know Nancy Pelosi? Yeah. To a couple of parties. Yeah, I don't want to go to those parties, Joya. Weird things happen at those parties, you know. Yeah, weird things happen at those parties. Yeah. What do you mean, Shima? What do you mean you're trying to avoid her? Like you know her or what? Next thing you know, someone's touching your shoulder, you know, at these parties. Then you're like, wait, what's going on? What's going on? Okay. You guys go to the same party, Shima? What party? What party? What party did you go to that she was at? What party? That's very cool. I mean, yeah, that's cool. Next time, you know, we need that +1 invite. Something in DC. Okay, cool. Let's see. 664. So that was a nice double bottom on SPY. So nice pop. Nice little pop. A nice pop. Yep. UVXY. As soon as you see chaos, nice to run to that. Or the VIX, you know, stuff like that. I think supply zone. Let's take a look. You know what's crazy is how wild PWM has been, right? Like all over the place, and then coming back and then dipping. NVX looks okay too, doesn't it? Right? CMRL also looks good. Like all of these names are coming back, right? CRML is actually a nice stock to scalp. A bit expensive, but nice. SPY is getting rejected at 64, which you can see that there's a line there and the supply zone, so getting rejected. Let's take a look at WAI. Yeah, so 420 is that supply zone, which is actually a really common level, Savoie. 420. How many times do you hear us say, if, oh, 420 is coming, it's going to be resistance, right? That thing actually has a supply zone above, closer to 420. Yeah. Hopefully, no pizza or hot dogs were served. Yeah. No big reaction to the chaos. See, that's not a good thing, though, Mario. I think you wanted to have a reaction like gold, right? When people panic, they instantly run to gold, right? If you look at GLD, like as soon as that news came out, let's pull up GLD, right? So as soon as that news came out, GLD was like, oh, chaos. Let's pump it. Ooh. And then we hit a supply zone. And then now that SPY is going up, you could see GLD coming back down as well, right? So but something that's inverse, at least if nothing else, just as a hedge, you know? Yeah. Grandmaster, let's go, Peter. Peter, let's go. Peter bought some calls at the bottom and made some monies. I see. Mm, good to jump into still no, STI. STI. Scantech. Uh, there you go. Let's go, Peter. Yeah, 420, 420 Savoie. So that's gonna be your next resistance. And then 435. You're up already, Brian? Well done. Well done. You forgot you had a you did? Oh wow, 10 cents? 900%? Woof. See, I think it's always a good idea, especially when markets are this high at the end of the week. End of the week, right? I think it's always a good idea to take some, pick up some puts. China. ah, everything slapped, Peter. Again, that message was a bit silly, but it is what it is. No, 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 it isn't. There we go. China. Now the markets are coming back down, so you can see that resistance, right? Peter sold those calls already, so Peter's a criminal today, like a proper criminal. So yeah, sold those calls at resistance, and then diff skiing. So let's see if you get another bottom there, another bottom. But that was nice, Peter. Good job. Thinking about buying MU unless you have other suggestions. MU, MU. I dictate the market nowadays. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. From bringing a TI, to the other one yesterday. Um, MU's done 4% today. Sheesh. You know what's crazy though is like MU was set up for a crash, right? You could see the resistance right there, like it was stalling there all week long. So that dip was already on its way. Um, as long as MU stays above 180, like if as long as the candles keep closing above 180, Mario, that's not a bad idea, right? It's always a bit concerning though when stocks are this high, even though we're dipping, we're still quite high. But yeah, looking like one more dipski, huh? Is there something going on with China? No, Trump tweeted that China was being a bit hostile. Um, we kind of read some of the document, the tweet, right? So it wasn't that big of a deal, but the market overreacted to that. Um, yeah, QNRX, yep, right. Again, if you sold it, you should have sold this thing already. Obviously, from $11 all the way to 41, this was a fire run. So you should have sold this thing already. Right now, it's dumping and halting down. So there's really nothing else to see here. Nothing else. Virus. Chopsticks. Andrew, welcome. When she's hungry? Seriously, Dan, seriously. That was a crazy overreaction there. Craziness. 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 Yeah, it's a T-Rex market. And we're barely bouncing now, so I wonder what's gonna happen. Maybe we just go sideways into the new week. They're like, hey, it's Monday's a banking holiday anyways. Just crash it and let's move on. Crash and let's move on. Forget about the dips. What dips? Forget the dipskis. Crash and let's move on. Crash it and let's move on. Um. Yeah. GWH. Yeah, it's a nice curl actually. Testing the 350 355 VWAP, but that's a nice curl. Loss of 1.8 billion volume. Yep. You're not wrong, Peter. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. Probably what happened. That ginormous toe shakes the whole state. And then the country thought they were getting attacked. Everybody thought it was World War III. Mr. Bigfoot. Yes, the markets open on Monday, courageous. The market said, "Oh my goodness, is that an earthquake? Damn, that's Dan's toe." Is that an earthquake? Is it World War III? Is China attacking? Oh no. Is that a rocket? Is that a bomb? No, it's just Dan's toe. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Ah. Ah. It's taller than you. Ah. Unbelievable. Yeah, there's a triple top here now in CRML. There's really nothing amazing right now in the markets. Yep. USAR again. The stocks that we should be paying attention to are those the mineral stocks, right? The rare earth stocks. USAR, right? These are the stocks benefiting from that. This one's at the double top though. Remember the first time we talked about this, guys? Right? Remember that? The first time we started spamming USAR was in the teens. Right now it's at $37 stock. Right? $37, guys. Right? So this one's come a long way. This is when the trade war started and Trump was trying to get minerals out of everybody, right? Out of Russia, out of Ukraine, out of everybody. This stock was at right. So if we zoom out, look at this. Look at it. It hasn't been that long, honestly. Actually, I say that like we were all the way back there, right? And then it's been creeping up, and then boomski breakout, and then gone. So you can tell though, like China is fighting for these rare earths, the U.S. is fighting for them. Like Ukraine is going through a war, and they still don't want to give up their earth, their minerals. That kind of tells you that there's something special about them. I don't know what, don't care. But obviously Canada doesn't have them because the only thing that Canada, anyways, I won't say anything. Um, all these countries are fighting for them, and Canada is like, what's happening? What's happening, guys? We export kindness. Um, Rubbish. Yeah, monies. Yeah. So these stocks are clearly flying, right? Like from $10, $14 to $37. That's impressive, right? Canada has massive gold. Well, they better get some shares in USAR. And obviously, this was going to benefit the most from it because MP and this one, these are the top two, right? Yeah. No, 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 no. Took advantage of the dip. Yep. Mr. J. Howard. Yeah. uh, I'm kidding, Sig. I'm kidding. If you don't understand, I'm Canadian, so I take advantage to roast Canada because I know you guys like to roast Canada in the chat. So don't think that I'm a yeah. Look at GWH now. Whew, that's a sweet breakout. Damn, that's a fire breakout out of nowhere. I mean, that VWAP was right there though. So as soon as it broke above the VWAP, it broke above the highs of the day. Not pre-market highs, but opening session highs. Yeah. We got you covered. See, this is what I was looking for, Sig. Yeah. So don't think I'm just roasting Canada out of already. Let's go. CM. Good, Sig. Yeah. Uh yeah. The chat loves to roast Canada because they're mostly Americans, so every so often we join into the roasting party. But Canada is only the best country in the world. Um, apart from yes, and snow. Sorry, eh? Sorry, eh? Ah, DDT, you buy short to the abyss. Yeah, the S&P selling off again, so we're retesting that demand zone. It'd be interesting to see how well we close the day today. But thank you, Dad. Thank you. Well, yeah, we love America too. Lots of money to make there, eh? Yes, exactly, Sig. Exactly. No, the best part of every country will always be the people. So every country has its pluses and minuses, pros and cons. And yeah, Canadians are the best, just like Americans are the best for the most part. At least the Americans that I know. But there's some other Americans that I'm like, mm, mm, mm. These people I don't want to be beside them. But yeah, some of the crazy people. Yeah, but then every country has its crazies. Every country does. Every country. Anyways, yeah. So Spy is just playing with that 660 for now. Hopefully, we can find a way to stay above that level. And then congratulations if you got into GWH, guys, because that was a really nice pop, right? I think we talked about this 420 level earlier, Savoie. Same 420 level, right? So 420 and then resistance on GWH. ah, they have to figure out who TSHX. uh, yeah, I said the same thing about Americans. Yeah, not the solution. Yep. Good job, CM. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So hopefully you took some gains if you were in this. $4 and above. Yep. It's always 420 Savoie. Right? So sometimes we want to sit here and do technical analysis, but sometimes technical analysis is a combination of like levels and psychological levels, right? Like every time a stock goes to 420, we're like, okay, what are you gonna do? $10, right? A dollar, $20, $100. Like these levels have to be implemented in your thinking. Okay. Is it dead? If it's below 60, it might just be dead, Ramton. If it needs to stay above 60. No, 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 no. Okay, there we go. Let's go, Jay from Canada. Let's go, love it. ECU, ECU. Hello, Canadians in the chat. Enters the buckets of cold water on his head. Theater filming. Well, you kind of gave that away, pizza. What time do you get there? Okay. Peter gets to Vegas in the morning. I get there in the morning. Um so that's good. At least I'm not, yeah. Yeah. No, I think again that the part of the panic was the increased tariffs on China, right? But um I think that's more of an overreaction than anything else, like we said. NVX is still looking okay, right? NVX is still looking okay there to me. Um, Unbelievable. And then STI. I know you guys keep asking for this one. Like I said, STI, as long as you stay above 60 cents, you're fine. Alrighty. And then there was a bit of a pop to 67.50, but kind of lacking volume for now. Yeah. Have I ever been to the UK? No. It's on the bucket list for sure, Courageous. On the bucket list. What happened with tariffs? Trump threatened to increase tariffs on China. That's it. Fire up a miracle for you. 667 was the double top. Wait, what did you do, Salat? What did you do? Would I sell AMD? Andrew, it depends on the entry. Depends on the entry and the plan around it. Ready? What did you get in at for AMD? The S&P is still trying to recover, right? So that 660 is a nice bottom. 660 is there zero DTE. So you bought zero DTE puts or what? Because you said double top, right? So what did you do? Let me know. You just got some AMD, Jason? I'm at 0%. What do you mean? Like you're even on the trade? There goes STI, right? So STI is looking good there. So like I said, STI is not dead unless if it breaks below 60, 60, was it 60? Yeah. Then maybe, but for now it looks okay still. We'll come back to that. Let me take a look at AMD. Advanced Money Destroyer. That's a nice dip on AMD, isn't it? A very nice dip. This dip was coming with or without the Trump tweet. That dip was coming. Would I sell AMD even? I don't think I would sell AMD for even now. Um, I'd give it a second. Let's go, Jason. Well done. Yeah, love it. Pretty much, yeah. I would give it a second. I'd give it a second and see if the market can recover. If it's meant to be a scalp, maybe put a stop loss though, Andrew. But yeah, well done, Jason. I like that. When people panic, the criminals buy the dip and make monies. Yeah, that's what true criminals do. Love it, Jason. Love it, love it, love it. It was much bigger before it tanked. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I see. So you were in and then it, yeah. Sick? Yeah, I did. Then we looked at that one for a second this morning. There's a nice triple top here still for NVX, so that supply zone is acting as a solid wall. And then a bit of a retest of the 9 EMA and curl for GWH. So that 420 is still the resistance here. If we can break above it, that would be nice. That would be nice. Um, no kidding. The town literally, who blew up? I saw a bear. What blew up? Odds for 100 to 150% tariffs on China by November. La, 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 la. What the hell did you do that? What is that? Oh my goodness. Ah. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Doo-doo-doo. Mm. Doo-doo-doo. Following explosion, Tennessee explosive. Oh wow. Yeah, that's what I saw. Bear was saying. West of Nashville, and Tennessee. That's Dan. That's sheesh. I'm just looking to see if that's crazy. Yeah, that's very sad. On account of following. Yeah. Why is today just chaos, guys? All over the place, just chaos. Just complete chaos. Craziness. Mm, Complete chaos. A few hours ago. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was wondering why I couldn't see any new headlines on that. Yeah, yeah, we're selling off again. Not quite to the lows yet, but not quite to the lows. Watch, now you're just gonna get a whole bunch of bad news. The market is just gonna find all the reasons to keep dipping. Mm, mm. When should you buy SPY? What do you mean? Like when should you buy as a long-term investment? As like what? Yeah, T-Rex. For what? For GWH? Revent? Or what? Higher lows on SPY a lot? Yep, for sure. PWM is this thing has been so silly all day today. So silly. At the very least, it's been coming back into that range, but so silly. So silly. Yeah. No. We have about another 10 minutes or so, guys, and then we'll decide if we want to hop off and go back to Discord. So yeah, 10 more minutes, and then we'll see. 10 more minutes. Don't forget to smash a like, guys, again, if you haven't already, please. Hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel. And if you are not a member and you want to join us in Discord, click that link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot and come join us. I'll play the video link on stream so I can get in trouble. Mm-hmm. I'm looking. What is this? Scrolling down. Oh. No pizza. Rubbish. What's Discord, Andrew? Discord is like our group chat. That's where we hang out when we're not on stream. Ready? So when we're not on here, when we hop off, we go back to Discord, right? 24/7 is where we're at in Discord. So if you're not a member, click that link, become a YouTube member, and then you'll get the link to join us. So just make sure you sign up for the right level though. Legend Pro, or the Gold VIP level. Yeah. So that's where we have classes. We have so again, the plan is to have a class today, guys, at 5 p.m. Eastern. Ready? So the plan is to have a class today at 5 p.m. Eastern in the Legend Pro voice channel. And so the class is going to probably be on, how to play some of these names when they're running aggressively. Like how to deal with supply and demand zones and the EMAs, right? So a whole bunch of stuff we want to talk about. So we will do a class on that today. Cool. So if you're not a Legend Pro, you're gonna miss out on some pretty fire class, I think. Right. So some of the stuff we've talked about already, but we're gonna have some new stuff in there too. So um, yeah, cool. Uh, oh yeah, BURU, Buru. You're trying to scalp it. Okay, then just watch that bottom there, right? It seems to be holding, right? So there's your support for SPY, that demand zone. If it breaks below that, though, you have a problem. Where's the class, Regan? The class is gonna be in Discord. Discord Legend Pro Voice. So the last class we did, was a led for the legend members, was for everybody, right? Last Friday we did a class for everybody. This Friday to today we're going to do a class for the legend pro and the gold members and the lifetime members and whatnot. So if you're not a part of that, then you won't have access to the class. Just keep that in mind. Alrighty. So some of these classes are for different groups of people depending on the needs. Cool. So if you need to upgrade to the on YouTube, if you need to upgrade to the legend pro, make sure you do that before 5 p.m. BURU. Silver play. Of course, Savoir. Of course. La 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 la. Let's take a look. Mm, 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 are you in a position, Savoir? Let me know. That's the 30-minute chart. I just wanted to see because I know this thing's been on fire. On fire. Iran on fire. It's such a beautiful chart. Right? Are we at all-time highs as well? Yup, all-time highs on this, right? So this one's gonna be difficult. It's dropping like this because the entire market dropped. So can't really look at that on the 1 minute. So the daily, we're coming from all-time highs. So then I kind of really need to know like your questions, Savoy, because we're coming from all-time highs. Regan, no. So again, I can't really change stuff like that, right? So it's gonna be for the like you have a lot of classes to watch though, Regan. So don't if you're not a member of like Legend Pro, go watch the other classes. You have so much information, right? Last week there was a class. Go watch that class. Go to the education section or go to the Discord call recap channel. Those classes are recorded in there. Or just go to YouTube. The classes are all on YouTube, right? And it will tell you which membership level you're, yeah. Yeah. Where's the lifetime membership? The lifetime membership stuff, Sunny, is more for, yeah, it's not available on YouTube's. You'd have to DM me for that stuff, Sunny. You'd have to DM me for that. So yeah, Dan did the giveaway, and I see 2 emails. So thank you again very much, Dan. I'm gonna respond to your emails right now. So ISD, I see your email. Your Discord name is ISD, which is perfect. And then Prasad, your Discord username is that. Okay, perfect. So I see both of you. So yeah, click on that link, both of you. And then yeah, so if you're interested in the lifetime membership, um, yeah, welcome Tonya. Yeah, you're good to go for the class later. If you're interested in the lifetime membership, send me. Let's do a discount. Alrighty, send me a DM if you're interested, and then I'll give you a. Let's do somebody give me a number. We'll give you a discount of the number. What number do you guys want? Be for a reasonable number, and I'll say yes. And then again, the lifetime membership comes with the one-on-ones and lifetime algo access as well. Alrighty, lifetime access to the algo. So then, look at these criminals. Look at these criminals. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. 99.1. Ah. For reals? Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. You're gonna get other people that already paid for the lifetime membership to come fight me, That's what you're gonna do. Uh why do you anyways. Wait, is that the right? Oh, I see. Okay, I see. 69. Give some money back. uh, Mhm. Yeah, we can do that if you guys are interested. We can do like a sale, a lifetime sale, a Canadian Thanksgiving sale. Actually, yeah, but we can do that. Alrighty. So if you're interested, send me a DM in Discord, and then cool. So yeah, the S&P's done an okay job holding that bottom. It's done an okay job. La, 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 la. Okay. Yeah, see, Peter says no sales. Yeah, like our lifetime membership is pretty like for what you get. Yeah, so that's why anytime I do that, Peter is gonna fight me and because the people that know the value really don't want me doing stuff like that. So don't want me doing stuff like that. Yeah, and yeah, to be getting the algo for lifetime and be getting one-on-ones, right, and getting a discount is ridiculous, right? So to me that stuff is I don't really care for the lifetime stuff. I we could just leave it the way it is, and then I think we were gonna increase that at the end of the year anyways. So that stuff always changes. Yep, yep, exactly, Dan, exactly. And I think we're good. QNRX with a bit of a pop there. I wish we had a consistent runner today to end the week, but whole bunch of pump and dumps. SGBX with a bit of a pop as well. So some of these names are trying to come back to life. Let me pull up SGBX. Yeah, nice little bounce there. No, no, no. Yeah, yeah. You guys noticed though, like how then, yeah. So like our membership used to be um like you guys notice how like our membership goes yeah like I think yeah our membership used to be like what anyways Dan uh unbelievable unbelievable come on spy good thing you sold this position you actually sold at the perfect spot pizza otherwise you'd just be getting decayed out now right just be crushing you for no reason yeah I bet you Monday's gonna be a little bit slow too so then it really isn't worth it anyways but yeah good job on that yeah pizza. No, as time goes on, like the community improves. If nothing else, at least the tools that we get, um, that's always the goal. And yeah, I'm a professional. Yeah, yeah. Some of the things we have in Discord too, like we used to be able to pay like $100 for a scanner, and then next thing you know, now they're asking for $800. Then like as time goes on, like things just get more expensive, and like the things that we like that we need that we have to get, but they just increase in price. So then, yeah, Monday is closed. No, the market is not closed on Monday. A nice shirt. Is this Gucci? This is better than Gucci. This is that's a nice shirt, isn't it? Yeah. Just in case you couldn't see, that's a nice shirt. Yeah, it's a fire shirt. See how the baby is holding the monies. Yeah, it's a fire shirt. Yeah. So yeah, the S&P is trying to come back here. If you're not sure where to buy the shirt, a shirt like this, Peter's gonna post a link in the chat. Buy yourself a shirt. Yeah. Professional. Close Monday, stocks open. Yeah. Yeah, the markets are open on Monday, guys. Open, open, open. We're trying. So Spy's done a good job holding the bottom here, so that's nice. And then GWH is trying to come back. So again, the resistance hasn't changed yet. So you're still looking for that 420 if we do push closer to that level. Yeah. Alrighty. Thank you, DC. Let's see. There we go. There goes a nice pop. There goes a nice pop. Mm. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Okay. 1 second. Why isn't it letting me do that? There we go. Let's go, pizza. Wait, what happened? I missed it. I always miss. You need to do some curls. Your biceps look like noodles. You see these biceps, Dan? Come on now. Look at these biceps. How can you judge these biceps? You know how? How? When was the last time I did bicep curls? Like last week? Look at these. My goodness. Judgy McJudgy. Peter, thank you. Dan said you need to do some curls. Your biceps look like noodles. I can't believe Peter did a super chat for that. Unbelievable. Like when your kids in school as GWH is flying again. Look at that. Are you guys judging my biceps? Really? Unbelievable. Boom skis. Boom skis. Boom skis. Chris, well done. Good scalp. You sold a bit too soon, but good scalp. Good job. Yeah. Anybody holding GWH in the chat? That's a very nice scalp. So nice dip, nice curl, nice boom ski. So that candle needs to close about 420 and consolidate, and then what we can look for 450 there. Boom ski in the chat, Gucci. Of course. Let's go, Matt. Well done. Well done. Okay. So yeah, that candle is actually closing nicely above 420. So give us more boom skis, please. Yeah, good job, Chris. I think I bought at the worst time, but let's hope it rises back. How did you buy at the worst time? What do you mean? Spy's been sitting at the bottom here the last 30 minutes, right? So where else did you buy? Unless you bought on the when we were crashing like that, then that's a different story. But it's actually done a good job of holding. We kept saying 660, right? 660 is good support. So anyways, GWH is looking nice. So that 550, that 450 is incoming here. Okay, that's your next resistance. So once we clear 420 and hold, you're looking for 450. So that is your next resistance: 442, 443, 444, going once, going twice, and rejected. So again, 450, just be careful up there, please. Alrighty, be careful up there. Be careful up there. So we're gonna need to break above the level. Alrighty. Is that a block? It's an interesting block, actually. Beanie activist investor takes 9.9% stake in as CEO to maintain Nasdaq listing. Interesting. Okay. Huh. Are they actually going to listen to that though? Beanie had a nice pop there. Interesting. ST. I'm gonna copy that. La la la. Seeks 50% of shares and board control. La 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 la. Why would anybody want to do that? There goes 450, guys. There goes 450. Type yes in the chat if you're still holding GWH. Type yes in the chat if you're still holding GWH. So again, this 450 we need to break above already. And Tina, make sure you have a stop loss though, please. Pretty please. Right. So again, 450 is resistance, and you can see we're failing there already. Right. So well done, Ahmad. Well done. Chris, yeah. Jared, yeah. Well done, guys. Yeah, exactly. They're supposed to delist, so maybe they're gonna change. I highly doubt that, but so again, 450 resistance. Mm, 376. Woof, well done. Yeah, stay green, Thomas. Stay green, please. Stay green. So we broke above one resistance, tested the other resistance level. Ah. Let's go. Oh, that's amazing. That's funny. That's so funny. All the big names have the same resistance, basically. Yeah. Yeah. Yep, basically. So yeah, 450 resistance. Good job on taking some gains, Matt. Alrighty. Um, you know what's crazy is so watch this video, okay? Look at these muscles, guys. Look at these muscles. You see those muscles? That's what the camera can see. Look at those muscles. Look at that. So next time you judge my flexing muscles, just yeah. Look at those muscles. Right? You would think like, yeah, you would think Jesus Christ on a motorbike. You would think do it live. Do it live. I did it live, The camera wasn't close enough. So then I had to, now this isn't AI, guys. This is real life. Real life. No, 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 no. Okay, there we go. Elisa says, I'd like to see that again. There's no special effects, Thomas. No special effects. This is just,
Voila,
look at
voila,
that. Look at
mix,
that.
voila,
Unbelievable. There's no difference. Ridiculous. The listing, Mullen. BINI. Yeah, that's the one that's supposed to delist on Monday. But then you could see ST posted that whole thing of potentially not delisting. I still think they're gonna delist, but Ryan think, yeah. So Ryan made that, by the way. Ryan made that. Yeah, yeah. I'll make sure the top right watermark is gone. Yeah. So it looks more real, Ryan. Uh, yeah, yeah. So activist investor doesn't want Mullen to delist, I guess. So I don't know what that means. Doesn't really matter until something actually happens. So yeah, DC. Yep, I agree. You'll be getting a call. No, my pastor would be impressed. Jesus. No, 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 no. I mean, a 9.9% stake is. So Beanie's back, guys. Look at this. Actually, I forgot to tell you guys this. I forgot to tell you. Um, Beanie halted up, right? Yeah, I forgot to tell you guys this. But so you know how like it's been a year now, and we've been saying, hey, when's the stock gonna disappear, right? Beanie's getting delisted on Monday. They finally said enough is enough. Enough is enough. Mullen is getting delisted on Monday the 13th, right? They're supposed to get delisted on Monday, supposed to. But then now there's a new headline going around saying that there's an activist investor that's taking a 9.9% stake and wanting the company to not delist. They're going to buy 50% of the shares, blah, 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 right? That's not official. The official is that Mullen Beanie is getting delisted on Monday. After years of scamming people, they're finally getting delisted. What a trash talk, right? So, yeah. I mean, these guys just did a split, and it's already back below dollar. Like that's how much of a scam this should tell you. I mean, so if you're willing to take a gamble, a $50 gamble, a $2 gamble, maybe they don't delist, maybe, but like this better be a $1 gamble though. If you're gonna take a gamble on it not getting delisted. Yeah. So, yeah, who knows? Who knows at this point? Maybe they're trying to create a short squeeze. It's not working. All I see is scam, 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 scam. So yeah, has been a yep. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Look at the daily candles. Look at that. All you see is blood. How the hell do you do a split? So look at the split, guys. These guys just did a split like 2 weeks ago. How do you do a split 2 weeks ago from $10 to 80 cents, right? And then they did a split in August, right? Can you guys see that? I don't think you can. I'm gonna take this off. The yellow S is at the bottom. And then they did another split in June. And then they did another split in April. And then another split in February. Right? And then they did a split September end of last year. So like it's just one split after the other. Just complete scam. So garbage. But we knew that already. So just be careful. But maybe if they don't get delisted though and somebody takes over the company, maybe they create a short squeeze. Maybe. You know? Maybe. Maybe. Every 90 days, yeah. Every 90 days. And they can't seriously, Josh. Like that's so sad, isn't it? I think that's what they're trying to do right now. Is everybody knows that's such a scam. Everybody knows that's such a scam, you know. Mm, 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 mm. There we go. Uh, mm, la, 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 la. Okay. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Okay, we see. Walk on the. Wait, what's happening, Speedy? Yep. Very sad. The S&P is not looking too hot though, is it? Nope. SPY is retesting the bottom again, so this is looking pretty suspicious, isn't it? Almost like we're gonna see a 2% red day today. 2% red day, and then that 450 resistance, guys. I hope you guys took your gains on this one. I hope you took your gains on GWH. So from 450 all the way down to below $4, right? Oh, Beanie. Yeah, I mean, like if you know, maybe it's a maybe it's a gamble worth, you know, maybe it's a gamble worth taking. La 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 la. Okay, that's a nasty drop, isn't it? So again, hopefully you took the monies and ran. HRM, yeah, yeah, we're hitting brand new lows of the day now too. So not looking too hot. Not looking too hot. Uh oh, ISD. Let me see. Let me fix that. Let me fix that already. Uh, yeah, click on the link. ISD. I don't see you in Discord yet. If you are in Discord, you're gonna have to. Let me see if I can search you. Okay. Like your name is ISD anyways, right? So ISD. Yeah, I don't see you. So what you should do if you've ever clicked on the link before is leave the server and then click on the link again. If you're not sure how to leave the server, just quickly Google it, how to leave a Discord server, and then click on the link I sent you. And then I'll see your name. Then I can give you access. Because for now I don't see you. Yeah, this dip is more so based on the fact that like we needed a healthy pullback rather than because of the Trump stuff, in my opinion. More than that. More than anything else. Both roommates in jail, DC. Seriously, isn't that crazy how that happens though? Uh, you spooked the algorithm. Yeah, he did. I think the market makers just took advantage of that. This is almost like when we had the tariff stuff, right? And we kept complaining like, why are we getting massive dips? Like the market, like we shouldn't be dipping this much. Like there's no reason why the market should be dipping this much. Zero, right? Um, and then eventually we recovered. So eventually, but dang, we're looking bloody. Dang, looking bloody. Yeah. Anyways, 2 more minutes, guys. I know we wanted to leave, but then I do have to run for a one-on-one. So 2 more minutes. Let me know if you have any last questions, and then we will. Mhm. 2 more minutes. Let me know if you have any last questions. Again, don't forget to smash a like if you haven't already, please. I would appreciate that. Um, Alrighty. Smash a like, hit that subscribe if you're new, and if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, or for the class or for the weekend, and get ready for next week. And then click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbots and come join us. And if you do become a member over the weekend, just send me an email or just go to the community section on YouTube and your invite link is going to be in there. Calls at 6:60. Yeah. Wager. We bounce around 1 p.m. Yeah. Yep. Right after they destroyed them. Then. Yep. Yep. Right after they destroy. Mm, mm, mm. There we go. Okay, ISD. I think I see you. I think I see you. So ISD, you should be good to go now, by the way. So just refresh it really quickly. You should be good to go. Should be good to go. Mm, 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 mm. There we go. Should be good to go. Alrighty, no last questions, guys. No last questions. We good? We good? We good? Mm, mm. That's all good. Yeah. No, thanks to Dan. Thanks to Dan for doing the giveaway. See you in Discord, Brian. Alrighty, y'all. We'll leave it here for the day. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you, HRM. Be safe, everybody. Don't do anything too crazy, please. PWM still looks like it has some life, so maybe we'll keep an eye on that thing, see what it does into the close. And then obviously all the other crazy names that we're going to be looking at. So, yeah. See you in Discord. CM. have a wonderful weekend. Gucci, thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. Be kind to each other. Dan, have a wonderful weekend. Much love. Chris, have a wonderful weekend. DC, have a wonderful weekend. Elisa, have a wonderful weekend as well. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alrighty. Alrighty. Bye, everybody. Bye, guys. Bye bye.